There's my girl. Well, finally cleaned up this debris. Checking over the evidence that's left behind. What do you call these?
Hook slides.
Hook slides.
Yeah, skid marks.
Skid marks.
They look like a man's briefs.
Oh my! Not mine.
Lady, you know what I mean.
Oh my goodness. Well, she's got another project she's going to work on with her plants.
Projects up.
She got a big old sack of rocks that Amazon dropped off. These are
red washed gravel. I got 30 pounds.
well, 30-pound bag of gravel
Yeah.
for decorations for her plants.
Yeah. I'm going to put them at the base of the plants, sibs in their pots, and make them look better.
Yeah. Well, that'll be cool. So we'll watch you do your magic
Yeah.
and stuff.
So we'll see if this will cut it. If not, I'll go get something else.
Oh, okay.
I just need that little hole right there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Them little holes.
Oh my. Well, ain't that a fine boy, howdy.
See? This is what they look like, subs.
Ooh.
See? I'm going to put these. They've been washed. And
Almost
they're
looks like lava rock.
red
in a way.
gravel.
Yeah, that's red gravel. Okay.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them at the base.
Yep, there's a rock that got loose.
Oh, we can't have that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them at the base of my plants down here and make it look better.
Yeah, okay.
Dress it up a little bit.
Well, let's see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't that fancy?
Yeah.
You got some, you don't want to sit on these.
No, I'll be picking them up.
Oh.
Because they'll be, they'll be getting all over the place. Instead of using mulch, which gets messy over time, these rocks, you can always just, when you water the plant, you can wash these too. Make everything look nice.
Well, isn't this fancy?
Yeah.
Gardening with Kate.
Yeah. My project subs.
Yeah.
And of course, I got this off of Amazon.
Yeah.
So,
We'll put a link in the old description there
yeah.
for those that want to
Yeah.
buy a big sack of rocks.
See?
That's
Yeah, dress it up.
beautiful. Yeah. Isn't that fancy?
Yep. So this one's done. Makes it look better.
Oh. Isn't that precious?
Yeah.
Ooh. You want this one next?
Yeah. We'll do that one next.
Well, let's see. I might try to help here. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
With the patriotic solar light.
Yep. We was looking for some of them this year, but that one's from last year.
Yeah. This little level there.
But whatever. I mean, they don't get any. We have plenty, so it's not a big deal or anything. Oh, did you tell them about the stories already?
Well, oh, the stories? Oh, no. Yeah, for those that have been tuning in on Sundays when Kate does her cooking and storytelling, she's had some stories. Well, she's told a lot of stories, and she's been trying to think of some, but we've had other projects.
Yeah, we've had a lot to do because we've had a lot of rain, so there's a lot of stuff that couldn't get done because of the rain. So now the rain has ceased apparently for a few days, so we're trying to get projects done that couldn't be done before.
Yeah, mostly what started it was the big limb that I had already cleaned up now. That kind of threw things off because that was Memorial Day weekend. We had other stuff going on, which we still got done, but yeah, cooking and story time with Kate was kind of suspended.
Yeah.
Until she thinks of some stories, and plus we just had all this other stuff going on, so.
Yeah. But there'll be more subs.
Yeah.
Because Pete the vet, he didn't learn from the few excursions. Matter of fact, I was telling Richard about some he did, because when Richard was messing with that log, it reminded me of some things my dad did.
You don't know me.
Yeah,
Who's doing this?
yeah. Who's doing this? Me or you?
Yeah. See now,
Well, what has that got to do with anything?
I wouldn't say that to my girl. But
I would ignore you anyway.
I just felt like, well, you know, the pole saw you got. Well, I didn't think the blade would be long enough. But
Subs.
there we go.
Okay. Did you show them the blade you used?
Yeah, that's a 12-inch blade. But your saw is only like 6, maybe 7 inches.
So you used that little thin blade instead of using a chainsaw. I told him, I said, well, why don't you use the chainsaw and cut it into smaller pieces? That way you don't have to put so much labor into it.
I wanted to drag that thing down and out of her.
I don't know why I bother, because I'm just a female woman.
Oh my.
I don't know why I bother.
Well, we talked to my friend Tommy, and he's got a chainsaw, and he's already offered to help.
He said the same thing.
Yeah. Well, if the city doesn't pick it up on Tuesday, then I'll be calling them probably on Wednesday, but I've still got an HVAC project that I got to get done on Wednesday morning, so maybe we'll get it done then, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it could have been over with, though.
Well, yeah. Still, where am I going to put the wood?
What?
Because the city won't pick up the logs. If they don't pick up that chunk, they're not going to pick it up, saw it up.
Well, if they had been cut into smaller pieces, you could have put it out there. They probably would have took it.
No, they don't pick up logs. They might. I don't know. We'll see.
They got a claw.
Yeah, they got a claw. But our city is real temperamental about what they pick up.
When big logs fall and they hit things, and people put the debris out, you go back and it's gone. So somebody took it.
Well,
Let me mind my business, because I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a female woman.
no.
Back to my project.
Yeah, your project's, this one's done. You want me to get you another one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll be still.
Oh, you be Spielberg. Oh.
I think that looks pretty good, Subs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dresses it up a little bit.
What, hostas or?
Yeah, the hostas. All the plants are going to get decorative rocks on them to make them look better.
Okay, here.
This is Richard's plant.
This one I picked out because it's already flowering. It's got
This is an unusual hosta.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one. It's a hybrid, but I don't know a hybrid of what. You know.
It's
But
got
yeah, it's
awesome
I've never seen
flowers
one
and
like
stuff.
that. It's so unusual.
yeah.
I mean, they all get the stems that come up. You know, that one will get them eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen one on a stem this thick, and then it has the regular leaves, because it's usually just the stem, not leaves on it. So I don't know what this breed is a cross of, but it's so unusual.
It's got a stalk.
Yeah, a nice thick stalk.
Oh well. Darn them thick stalks.
Yeah. Darn it. And this will also keep the wind and whatever from knocking the dirt out. As you can see, it got some of the dirt got all over the place. And then it'll keep the moisture in. You know, so they don't have to be watered so much. But because we got so much rain, these really don't need to be watered for a few days. So, you know, the sun will dry them out eventually, and they'll have to be watered, but it won't be for a few more days at least.
Hmm.
This particular hosta likes to be in the shade. That's why it's up here. It doesn't really care for the sun. And as you can see, it's doing well.
Yeah, it's happy.
They're all happy. You know, I think they're just happy to be out of that nursery where they weren't being taken care of.
It's a happy hosta.
They don't like it when they're just shoved in somewhere. But nobody likes to have anything shoved in.
Wow.
So
Darn that shovage.
yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can do this here. I might have to hold the camera. There we go. Put it in there like that.
And all the plants are doing just fine. Even that one, it's growing.
Mm-hmm. You almost gave up on it.
Yeah, because it was in poor shape, Subs.
That was what was that, hydrangea?
Yeah, both of those are hydrangeas. They have flowers on them, but the sun is just relentless here. So I have to keep them out of the sun. They're supposed to get morning sun and afternoon shade, but you know, the sun here is really, really bad when it's out.
Yeah.
So I really have to keep an eye on them. And this will also, subs, it'll keep the snails and slugs off of hostas because they really like hostas. And these rocks
Wow. Oh my.
will dissuade them. You know, from getting near the hostas and eating them. Because I'd rather not have my hostas eaten by snails and slugs.
Can't have that.
Yeah. Actually, I got this tip off of some of my gardening channels. So I figured, well, I'll protect all the plants. You know, just put some, especially my hostas. But I wanted to get something that they would look nice and decorative. So I went and looked up on Amazon where they have decorative gravel. And they had this here. And I got a 30-pound bag for $18.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. You want these? All right.
Yeah, because they're going to stay in the same pot until they get a little bigger. Because hydrangeas, usually they stay the same size as the pot. But I mean, if they do get bigger next year, I'll obviously get them a bigger pot.
They're all patriotic.
Yeah, they're patriotic. And it's growing. Got buds on it, so
Oh yeah.
it's happy. This one I wasn't so sure of, subs. I had pretty much, I figured I'd give it a couple of weeks to recover because the sun just tore. Oh, it was terrible. But you know, it's better now. I gave it lots of water and left it alone in the air and gave it a little bit of sun, and now it's back to normal. It's even got buds on it, which is good. It probably, I don't know if it'll flower again this year. It might, but I doubt it. It doesn't matter, because it'll be back next year if it doesn't reflower this year. Because I deadheaded it so it wouldn't put its energy in the flowers that were all wilted on it because of the sun. So I deadheaded it early so that it will put its energy more into its roots and stems, not into flowers that were too far gone. So not concerned about it. And they're both doing well now that they're up here in the shade, so they like it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, plants like it, when you take good care, because they know if they're being taken care of or not. So, I guess this one got a little discouraged being left out in the sun like that. But it was kind of neglect on my part, because I have all these gardens to take care of, and sometimes the ones in the garden in the front takes care of itself. It really doesn't need my help. But I forgot these plants were out there too.
Yeah.
And then the squirrels trying to bury shit in there.
Yeah.
But they dumbasses.
Darn those squirrels. Here, I'll get your hostas here. You want that one? Okay. We'll get this one over her.
Yeah, because hostas, they mainly like the shade. I mean, there's some hostas that like sun, but these like the shade.
Wow.
Let me clean these up. Okay. Clean them up a little bit. So we won't put any more energy into these.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to put any more energy into these because they're not working. So
you can't have that.
Yeah. They can put them more into stalks, because there's little babies underneath there. So it doesn't need to be putting its energy into plants that's not, pieces that are gone. So there's no point in bothering. And I'm sure all this water isn't helping, but nothing you can do about that. Okay. Alright,
It looks beautiful, like you.
that'll help it retain moisture.
Definitely makes it a little heavier after you put those rocks in.
So it has to be cleaned up a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to clean them up so they don't put any more energy into leaves that are dead. No, I don't want it. Clean it up a little
there's a
bit.
couple on this side. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Soon these, won't be able to get the light because the other ones the older ones that are growing on top of it. So it'll just put its energy. You can see there's a bunch of sprouts. So it'll just grow somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It learns.
Yeah. It learns to behave or it gets punished.
Yeah. It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again.
Where's that from?
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Silence.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Silence of the Lambs. Oh my goodness.
Damn that silence. It gets the hose again. Damn that hose.
Wow.
Leaves. Must be able to get photosynthesis.
Oh my. Sling that sack around.
Yeah. I'm used to that, Subs. I'm used to that there.
All right.
But yeah, probably next week, Subs, I'll have some more stories.
Oh yeah.
But we were just a little bit too busy.
Yeah, we've had other.
So much stuff happened when I was a kid, Subs, and when I was a teenager that,
Need to think of them.
yeah, some of this stuff happened so long ago. Some of them I can remember because we talk about them all the time. But sometimes my brother and sister, they'll bring up stuff that I have completely forgot about.
Oh, that'll add fuel to the story time. Wow. Well, there you go. I'll put this back in here for you. Oh, okay. There. You want to put some in this one too? Well, these things are not light with one hand. Where should I put it? It's heavy. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, I was going to sit it on the...
Well, why don't you just put the camera down for a minute and go get the plate?
Because I'm recording. I got to get that shot.
Who's doing this, me or you?
Yeah.
That's what my dad used to tell my mom.
Why?
Right before he did something stupid, Subs, he would tell her, well, who's doing this, me or you? And guess what would happen?
Bust his ass.
Yep. And she wouldn't help him. She was just giving advice over the porch while he down there in the hedges.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
That'll learn him.
Uh-huh. But it didn't.
No.
Because he kept doing stupid stuff. And want to get mad. How do you get mad when you're the one doing stuff stupid? What? Yep. He's one of them Subs.
Oh, my.
Couldn't tell him nothing. He didn't have patience, and he didn't want to listen to anything. Once he got his mind set on something, just let him fail. Just let him fail, because if you say anything, have you ever done this before? No, but neither have you.
Wow.
You know, that's what Mom used to say. As kids, we would just look at each other like, oh Lord, really? Oh, I have one story I can tell you, Subs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was one time, I don't remember. Oh, he thought he was an electrician. Yeah.
Oh my.
And I can't remember the circumstances exactly, but Subs, he ain't no damn electrician. So he figured he was going to rewire. In the hall downstairs, there was a two light switches. One was the porch light, and one was the hall light. Okay. So I don't know why he figured he would do something with that. I don't even remember what the hell he was doing or why he was doing it. I don't think we knew in the beginning. I think we sort of wandered in on the action.
Oh my.
So he waited till nighttime, Subs, okay? Nighttime, not daytime, nighttime.
When y'all are asleep?
No, we were up.
Oh.
No, we weren't in bed or nothing. And he decided, Mom was like, leave the lights alone. If you don't know what you're doing, leave the lights alone. Are you doing this or am I doing it? Okay. In other words, I'm about to fuck this up. That's what that meant. Yep, that's exactly what that meant.
Oh my.
I'm about to fuck this up and I don't want witnesses. He didn't really like us to be around stuff when he was doing stuff because he knew we was going to start laughing.
Get all discombobulated.
Because my mom was going to say something funny and we was going to be laughing. Of course, he didn't want to be laughed at. So.
I'll get this one. There you go.
Like I said, I don't know what made him think that he was an electrician. He was not even close. So anyway, he waits till it's nighttime. Okay, Subs, if you blow a fuse at night, it's dark. If you blow a fuse during the day, at least there's sunlight, you know. Pete the vet didn't think about that, Subs.
Oh my.
No. Mm-mm. He didn't think about that. And my mom didn't say nothing. I guess she was just, over all them years, you know, she was just like, she was going to have something to tell the family, so she didn't care.
Gossip.
Because everybody was alive then. Because we were teenagers, so, you know, everybody was still around. So anyway, my mom was like, leave it alone because you don't know what you're doing. You're not an electrician. Just call an electrician. But of course, Subs,
I
don't know what it is.
I ain't gonna do that.
But if a man don't have to spend money on unnecessary repairs, he's going to try to do it himself. And you don't know what you're doing. He didn't know what he was doing at all. He didn't know masonry. He didn't know carpentry. He didn't know electrician. He didn't know none of that shit and tried all of it and failed miserably.
Oh man.
Yep. So anyway,
Oh my.
we're upstairs, you know, fooling around. I don't know what he did, Subs, but he ended up blowing the whole house out at night. Which means we couldn't watch TV. Okay. We couldn't take a bath because we didn't know the level of the water because there was no lights.
Wow. No flashlights?
Yeah, well, my mom had to go look for that with no lights.
Oh wow.
Okay, which did not make her happy. So he's down there. Jesus H. Christ, this wiring was faulty. No, your judgment was faulty. Wasn't nothing wrong with that before he came there trying to be Mr. Wizard.
Oh my goodness.
Subs, I mean, he's standing down there just cussing up a storm. And he was like, Verge, get a light. She said, why didn't you have a flashlight with you just in case this happened? Did I ask you that? Or did I ask you to get a flashlight? Of course, we laughing. You know, we upstairs laughing. Because he down at the bottom of the step. Jesus H. Christ. What the hell's wrong with this thing? No, what's wrong with you?
Oh my.
Running around thinking you Mr. Sparkplug or whatever.
Spark plug.
Yeah. So, he's sitting up there
There's some over here.
and he's just fooling with it. My mom's like, leave the damn thing alone. Okay? Leave it alone. You're not an electrician.
Oh my.
I'm gonna get this thing working. I ain't spending no extra money. She said, yeah, we're gonna have to spend the money because you blew a fuse or something. Well, go down to the fuse. She said, I ain't going no damn where. Take your ass down there, Mr. Bad Wrench. When she called him that, subs, we damn near shit.
Mr. Good Wrench was a thing back in the day. It's Mr. Bad
She called
Wrench.
him Mr. Bad Wrench. We was dying, subs.
Wow.
So, of course, we had to be quiet, you know. So anyway,
I'll get this out of the way.
here he comes.
Let's put this right up
And
here.
he getting all bent out of shape because he couldn't figure out what was going on. Because he didn't know what he was doing. So my mom went downstairs with the flashlight. No, at first we had to wait for her to find the flashlight because of course the lights were out. So couldn't find anything. So what was we doing? Running up and down the steps.
In the dark?
In the dark. Okay, we run up down. Y'all better stop running up and down the damn steps for somebody break their neck. And here go my father. So we got sirens up, so the dogs are acting up.
Yeah, the dogs are acting. You got sirens over this direction. The stupid dogs are over in that direction. So there we go.
Anyway, we run up and down the steps playing. You know. My mom's like, you better stop that for somebody fall break their neck. And he's like, yeah, I don't know who that is running up and down the steps, but when these lights come on, I'm gonna start whooping ass. We was like, you ain't never gonna find out who it is. Because it's dark and we running up and down the steps. We didn't say that.
Yeah.
But that's what we was thinking. We kept doing it. We wasn't paying him no mind at all. So we running up and down the steps, running up and down the steps, running up and down the steps.
Oh my.
Till my mom found a flashlight. Then we ran up the steps. Because she didn't know who was doing it. She probably had a good idea it was me and Pete and Michael.
Oh my.
More likely. But she couldn't prove it.
Oh, the uppity up sisters they were being good.
No, I don't know where they were. They was probably in the bedroom somewhere. They weren't fun like me says.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, getting in trouble, subs, didn't mean anything to me. I don't know why, but it meant absolutely nothing to me. You know, yeah, you get on punishment, but eventually you get off. You can't be on it for the rest of your life. So maybe that's why it didn't bother me so much. I don't know. But it never did. Never bothered me. Never bothered me to get hollered at. Never bothered me to get whoopings. It just did not bother me. I think that really confounded my mom as to why the hell isn't this working on this stupid ass girl. But no, it honestly didn't work, subs. It really didn't.
Oh my. Your sack is getting less full.
Yeah. I may have to get some more.
Oh.
But yes, subs. We run up and down the steps. So eventually, you know, my mom found a flashlight and she went down to the fuse box and hit the switch and the lights came back on. By that time, we was all upstairs, so they didn't know who was doing what. And there wasn't nobody go confess.
Yeah.
You know?
My sisters didn't write on you?
No. Well, they didn't know who all was out there.
Oh.
They didn't know who all was running. I mean, I'm sure everybody in the family had a good idea. But it must not have been that important. I think my mom was more pissed off. They had blew the house out.
It was Karen.
And they had to get some more, you know, spend some money. Which they didn't want to do because they was both raised during the Depression in the 30s. They was both born in the 30s, you know, during the Depression. So they didn't want to spend any unnecessary money. So anytime they had to spend money, oh shit. Unless it was something like, you know, the roof or the windows or something like that.
Or Christmas.
Well, yeah. Well, no, we always had Christmas. My dad, he didn't like Christmas.
Wow.
Because my grandmother, she owned boarding houses. She owned like 5. And she worked, you know, all the holidays. And they had to help her. So they really didn't know anything about, you know, Christmas. I mean, they knew about it, but they didn't really have a chance to celebrate it because my grandmother, that was just another day to work. You know, she didn't consider that to be, you know, like everybody else, you know, like a holiday. I never got to meet her. When my mom was pregnant with me, she died of diabetes because she was working so much she didn't take care of it. And in those days, they really didn't know that much about it like they do now, because that was in the late 50s. Because I was born in 59, and she died before I was born, so I never got to meet her. And my sister was only 2, so she wouldn't remember her. But and that's a shame, because I probably could have learned a lot from her too, but never got the chance. But yep. Because when my mom and dad first got married, they lived in one of her rooming houses. She lived downstairs, they lived upstairs in the room. I don't know what the arrangement was or anything. I never asked, you know, so I don't know exactly what it was. Okay.
That was good. Well, there you go. Well, cool. I guess that'll be it for now, because you're going to need to get some more rocks anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, but this I wanted to mostly get these plants done back here.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, then we'll let you think of some more stories, and we'll maybe come back again.
That was one I thought of. You know. Well, I'll tell you one more about my dad. So this one more. This is one I told Richard.
Oh.
I used to get suspended a lot in school for fighting. A lot. And my mother used to call, you know.
You got critters in you.
Me and my
fuzzball.
Me and my hoodlum friends is what she called them.
Hoodlum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whenever somebody did something, you know, you and them damn hoodlum friends. So anyway, my mom got tired of taking me back to school after I'd been suspended. So one day she was my dad had come home from work. You know, he when he came home from work subs, he went to bed. He ate his breakfast, then he went to bed. Couldn't do that this time because he had to take me to school. So of course he's, you know, yakking and yabba dabba doo. You know, I'm sick of you damn fool girl. Every time I turn around, you getting suspended. Blah blah blah. You know, to me that was like wah 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 wah. You know, okay.
Wow.
I didn't pay him no attention, subs. I don't know what was wrong with me. Well, anyway. So my mom was like, no, you take that damn fool back to school. I'm too busy. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I didn't took her enough. You take her. So, of course, I'm getting a stink eye from both of them. You know, when the eyes narrow. And I'm just, like, sitting there looking, you know. So, he's like, come on, you damn fool. I'm like, okay, you know. So, we're walking to school now. Subs, in those days, we had platform shoes. In the 70s, we had platform. And so, I had a pair of black shoes that had cork that was this thick.
Oh, my.
And me and all my friends, we all went and got them. I think they were like $5 or something, you know. But to us, it's like, ooh, $5 for some shoes. Now,
big money.
Yeah. You know, well, it was back then when you was only making, I don't think, the minimum wage was maybe a little over $1, something like that. It wasn't a lot. And we was like, wow, $5. You know, yeah. So anyway, I had on my little platform shoes, me and my friends. So, like I said, we're on our way to school. He's taking me to school, just yammering. You know, and I'm not paying. He's up ahead of me. You know, I'm behind, lollygagging. I was a damn fool subs. So we came to this part. It was a slope that us kids used as a shortcut. But if you were wearing heels or something that day, of course you can't go down the hill. You have to go around. It was from Lincoln Avenue at the top, and at the bottom was Chaucer. And then Chaucer led to North Burtland, and that's where we had to go to Westinghouse. Go to the corner, just go straight, take you to North Burtland. So anyway, we get to and he's looking, come on, we're going down this hill. I said, I got platforms on, I can't go down the hill. I said, I would advise you not to go down the hill either, because you don't have the right shoes. We had tennis shoes when we went down the hill, you know. Yeah. He didn't listen. Of course, that's ladies, you know how that goes. Men don't listen. And plus, he was pissed off, you know, that he couldn't go to bed, and he had to take my sorry, silly ass to school. So I'm like, you know, you really shouldn't go down there. And he just turned around and looked at me and kept on going. Subs, I stood there for because I knew it was going to happen. Subs, he went down maybe 3 feet and fell the rest of the way down the damn hill. I'm looking, I'm shaking my head laughing. He didn't see me laughing though, because he was bumping and bouncing down the hill, bouncing down the hill. I just went around, you know. So I finally get where he at. He there dusting himself off and everything, looking at me like it was my fault. I told him not to do it. I told him not to go down the hill. You don't have the right shoes for that.
Oh, well.
I didn't know nothing because I'm a damn fool girl, right? But I fell on that hill, did I? And he was looking at me. Yeah, He was like, yeah. This is the last damn time I'm taking you to school. I know that. I'm thinking, so I knew it too.
If only you had a video camera back then, that would have been funny.
Man, if we had a video camera back then, Subs.
You had your own TV show.
Yeah.
All right, well.
That dumbass girl show.
Wow.
Yeah, but we made it to school safe and everything. He's all dirty and dusty. But it hadn't rained or anything, Subs. And there was plants, well, you know, weeds and stuff down there, you know. So he didn't get too dirty. But he was mad that he fell. I told him not to do it. So don't be getting mad at me. But I guess he figured if he hadn't had to take me to school, that wouldn't have happened. No, well, yeah, that's kind of, sort of. But if you'd have went around like I did, that wouldn't have happened either. My dad didn't have patience, and he didn't listen. He heard what he wanted to hear. But besides that, no. And he had tunnel vision. You know, he only saw what he wanted accomplished, not the other factors that everybody tried. Well, maybe you shouldn't do that because of this, that, and the other. That just went completely over his head, Subs. Who's doing this? Me or you? Who's doing this? So my mom just used to sit there on the porch swing and let him fail. And he did, miserably. But anyway, we made it to school. You know, we had to go to, I'm trying to think, was it the principal's office or the counselor's office? I think it was the counselor's office where I had to go. I think it was up on the second floor. And we went, second or third floor, I don't remember now, it was so long ago. But yeah, so that's what happened, Subs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well.
A couple of things with Pete the vet, you know, didn't listen. So,
We'll let you think of some more stories for next time. So.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd say those two before I forget them again.
Oh my, no, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So your gravel rock collection of plants is pretty much
just to dress
complete.
them up a little bit.
Yeah. So those turned out really, really nice.
I had to put my little lanterns out in the sun.
Oh yeah, get some sun finally. So, all right. Well, until the next thrilling video. Thank you, Liv. Adios.